Okay, so this is the follow-up from the first post, and so let's say, for whatever reason, Princeton coach says, I can't help you. There's no one I know who does skills and drills, and let's say, for whatever reason, it's just you're having a frustrating time getting tackling training, speed training, and fundamental skills. What else can you do? There's a ball. It's called a dribble up ball, and so it uses the phone. Right, I think it gamifies ball skills development. So this is something else. So I think it's a little pricey, but this might be something that could also be helpful. Okay, so Brett, I mentioned the benefits of a RMT rope.
Wait.
There's right. So this is an RMT rope. I just bought it at the local hardware store. Right. So it's kind of, it's a bit fraying a little bit, but it's okay. Right. For what we're doing, this is perfect. Right. Because watch. So I'm gonna do. This is a simple skills and drills training session you could do with your kid or yourself. Right. If you learn how to do it, then you could teach it. So right. So I think people, if you search RMT rope flow, you're going to see a lot of different there's people who teach you a lot of different patterns, rope flow patterns, and I think this can be intimidating. But I think what a lot of people don't realize is that just by swinging this rope in your hand, this is going to help you improve, right? This is going to help your kids improve their speed, right? Because just this act of swinging it in a rhythmic circle, you're gaining awareness. You're gaining whole body awareness, and let's say you could get into one-legged stance. You're breathing, right? So you could so you're here, go right hand, then you can go left hand, breathing. So this is an underhand swing, right? So then let's say I hold both my hands, right? So I want to say this is called, don't matter what it's called, right? So we're just swinging, moving, breathing. That's the name of the game. Swing, move, breathe, and you start to explore, right? There's no wrong way to do it, right? You just move, and you could go, you go full range of motion in the arms. You could get low, right? Get low into a squat, right? You could even go, rodeo style if you want, right? You could just have fun with it, move, breathe, and then you could get some your skips going, right? Some skips my loos. You could get some high knees going, right? So there's an infinite amount of things that you could do with this rope, right? So you're moving, breathing. Floyd Mayweather, he likes to go underneath the leg. I found that when I go behind my back, I just release. There's like this tension that gets released in my back. You could do double behind the backs. Double behind the backs are gonna open up your son's upper body, so it's great. It's tremendous for runners, right? So what you're gonna do is take one hand, go around the back. So it's first elbow, then it's wrist, and then double behind the back, and you could go here, and then it's here, 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 here. Right, you're here, and this move right here, this is gonna improve speed. This is tremendous for runners. Right, you're here, and then so this is gonna lead into what's called the alternating underhand sneak. And if you're really serious about improving speed, right, you go from here, you go here, and then you go over. Watch this one more time. Right, double behind the back. Right, double behind the backs. I had to drill this pattern for 3 days straight. Every single opportunity I had, I would do this over and over and over, and then eventually it goes here, over, right? Here, over. All right, so one more time. Reach around the back, get elbow, then get wrist, then get double handles, and then it's double behind the backs. Start here, right? If this is too intimidating, that's okay. Then just do what you can do. Start here, and then here, right? Just drill this one. This will improve speed. And you can play around with hand positioning, finger positioning, right? Some people like knots. Some people can, just by changing the way you grip it with your fingers, it changes the way it relates. The body relates to itself, right? So you can hold it in between, hold it in between your fingers. Just have fun with it. Just play and move and breathe and swing. Okay, so that's right. So that was what? 5 minutes? How long were we doing that for? About 5 minutes of moving with this rope. And you'll notice, right, they say if the mind is cloudy, you gotta move the body. This tool, for me, I gave it to my little brother, and he was down on himself about, some things, and I told him, Daniel, just swing, I gave him my rope, I said, swing this thing around, put some music on, and start humming, and I promise you, you're gonna start to feel better. And he told me that he tried it, and he did, right? Because energy creates energy. A rolling stone collects no moss. You have to, as you move, the movement creates more movement, right? So you're just getting this. You just start to feel, bend, twist, swing, breathe. Okay, so you have your size 1 ball, ideally, and so okay, I'm going to show you a pattern. This pattern is a sequence, and this sequence is from Tom Turnbull. Tom Turnbull was my skills and drills coach growing up, and I attribute all of my success on and off the field to him, because he really taught me. He taught me more than just soccer. Look, I have my pants have a tag. Okay. Hey, you don't mind I make my soccer video here, do you? Oh, okay. Hi, puppy. You want the ball? Hi, puppy. Okay, so this is called the Tom Turnbull dribbling sequence. You go outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, 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 outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Why this dribbling sequence is so powerful is because it's a rhythmic pattern. It allows players to not think about dribbling. Right? It's a rhythmic pattern. Secondly, as you say it out loud, it helps you internalize it. It helps the body internalize it more rapidly. So this is essential. You got to say it out loud when you're doing it. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. When I coached middle school, I had my middle school boys do this. I stole Tom Turnbull's practice routine, skills and drills routine, and I did the same exact thing with my boys team. And so I would have them do this. I did 2 laps around the field, and I told them to just I showed them this Tom Turnbull sequence, and you could hear all of them saying it as they went around the field. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. If you do this over and over and over and over, man, when it comes, your son is just going to be able to dance around defenders, even if he increases his speed, even if he has no increase in his speed, just by doing this dribbling sequence, it's really going to help him get his head up and see the field. Then he'll be able to make better passes, put better shots on goal. Right? Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Repeat. And then right, slow in the beginning. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. That's General Stanley McChrystal, something like that. Okay. And that's it. right? 10 minutes. 10 minutes, I'm on a freaking sidewalk in San Diego, and we just worked on our speed, our balance, our timing, our rhythm, and ball mastery, right? With this sequence, he becomes infinite, right? Because you'll start to notice that as he begins to master this sequence, it allows him to change direction. It's gonna teach him how to change direction with the outsides and the insides of his foot in an effortless way, right? Because he'll start to be able to go, right, almost a 180, almost a 360 with the outside of the foot, right? Outside, outside, inside, outside, right? Full 180, right? Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, right? So it allows you to just cut, right? Have just a sharp cut. So as he dribbles, he's gonna be able to see the field, right? Pop, quick. His what is it called? Peripheral vision is going to increase as he does this more and more, right? Because at the beginning, when he's going to master this, he's going to be down here, but then his vision is going to start to come up and up and up and up, especially if he's using a size 1 ball. And so when he gets on a field with a size 5, and he drills this down, starting with 60 seconds a day, right? Bring this ball with you everywhere you go, and then just right outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Okay, reach out, oh, tackling, speed, speed, ball mastery, tackling. With tackling, as you or your son or your daughter, as they use the RMT rope, you're gonna become more nimble, right? You're gonna be able to shift the weight more effectively in your body. And what this is gonna allow you to do is not dive in for tackles, right? So you can sort of, right? Someone's gonna be dribbling at you. You want to be aware of, if you're a defender, you want to start to pick out from the jump the strong foot of the player you're defending against. That's one thing you could keep in mind. The second thing is, I learned this from someone in Newport, Rhode Island, who actually, he went to a ACI, which is the place where you don't want to end up. He said that when he's defending, he's talking about basketball, but it actually applies to soccer. You want to put your head in someone's chest when you're defending against them. And what this is going to do, it's going to make it so that they can't even see the ball, right? So if you put your head in someone's chest, and where are they going to go? They can't go forward. The only place they can go is backwards, or they could try to go left and the right. But if your head's in their chest, it's going to be very hard to dribble against you. So you'll find that a lot of players, they give attackers too much respect, especially if the attacker is skillful or fast. So you gotta almost treat, don't let players don't give them a second of time or space to breathe. You put your head right in their chest, right? And then, you're doing lifting up you do an arm lift, right? You gotta throw them off their balance, right? You could do arm lift. You could give them a little poke, something that's just going to get them off there thinking about what they're trying to do. Right? They're going to try and connect passes. They're going to try and finish on goal. Right before they shoot, you lift the arm. You could poke. You could I mean, this happens. Right? I was on corner kicks. I remember college. I'd be getting elbows to the back of my head. You're getting your cleat stepped on. Right? You got to be tough. You got to be tough. So. So I'm not saying do this in a harmful or you don't want to be cruel about it, but it's just part of the game, right? You're trying to get someone off balance right before they go to shoot the ball, right? They're winding up. You could do a little arm lift. You could do just a quick poke. So now they have to reorient. They're disoriented because they're about to go shoot, and then you throw them off balance, right? So these little things will add up. right? The difference between a shot uncontested and then a shot where now someone's lifting up my arm, it's much harder to finish on goal like that. So my guess is that your son is a defender. So I think that's something that I wish I would have known sooner. Juggling. Next thing is juggling, and so, okay, I'm gonna steal this person's. Well, I'm gonna borrow this person's garbage can. I'm gonna show you something. Okay, so at Tom Turnbull's, we would do ball mastery, then we do dribbling sequences, then we would play what is known as the barrel game. And so we have a garbage can here, a San Diego organic waste recycled only can. And so with different parts of your body, you want to start to juggle into the barrel. So there's a quote that goes, "Make skills easy, make strength hard." As you and your son begin to play this game with each other, you could start from very close, right? So if I have the ball in my hands, hi puppy, hi puppy. As you start very close to the can so that it's easy to win, right? You want to teach your son or daughter what winning feels like. You want to create a positive feedback spiral, a positive feedback loop, right? So I'm about, not even 2 steps from this can, ball in the hand, and then it's one right into the barrel, or you go 1, 2, right into the barrel, and then as they begin to improve their certainty and confidence on the ball, then you take a step back. Then it's 1, 2, right into the barrel, and then maybe you take another step back, right? And then you do left foot, or left thigh, 1, 2, right into the barrel, right? So at Tom Turnbull's, there'd be a whole bunch of barrels lined up, and kids would race against each other, different parts of the body, right? Right foot with a bounce, into the barrel, in theory. Right, so right foot with a bounce, left foot with a bounce, both feet alternating with a bounce. And then it's right thigh, left thigh, both thighs alternating with or without a bounce, depending on your surface. And then it's any part of the body you want, with or without a bounce. Right, so you go right foot, left foot, thigh, 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 and then boom, into the barrel. Right, so what you're doing is it's juggling with forward ambulation, just moving forward. So, and this one game, man. I remember like it was yesterday. There was a game where I literally juggled the ball into the back of the net. I ran through the goal, off a juggle in the air. Right, so you're gonna start to see your kid do this, and because if this is going to help with juggling, this is going to help them take the ball out of the air so swiftly that it's going to catch the other team off guard. And you could say, oh well, why is this important for a defender? It's important for a defender because think about it. Defender has to be able to take. Defender's got to take the ball out of the air and then play to their team. And so if the defender's got an opportunity to penetrate up the field, that you gotta take that. So right, this is important for even goalkeepers. Goalkeepers gotta be solid with their feet too. So this is a great game for any position. And then so we would finish with 1v1 to cones. And this is something that you could do with your kids again. Right? I'm assuming that you have the ability to play with them, that you don't have any serious injuries preventing you from moving around. If you buy 2 cones, the tall ones, the ones you can knock over, and then when you're at the park or when you're even in the driveway at home in your backyard, it's a shielding game, it's a finishing game, it's a defending game. It's just 1v1. You knock over each other's cones, and then right, so you best of 3. You just play against each other, and this is a great game too, right? So what's the pattern? Swing the rope around, develop speed, dribbling sequence, right? Outside, inside, and then it's barrel game. You could do 5, or 10 minutes, and then go right into 1v1 to cones. You knock over each other's cones, and that's a beautiful session right there that you need close to, cost less than $40, where you could play this game for forever. right? You could do the sequence forever. So hopefully this helps. Reach out with any questions. All right, man.